There, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to day 3 of Scraptember and 30 days of sketches combined. And the sketch we are using today has this great circular element and a single photo. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on my background. And our prompt for today for Scraptember is layering. So I'm starting with just some plain cardstock, and I am using London Blue and Postbox Red Dilutions ink for my background. If you have been following along on day 1, I used the same colors, which I don't think I mentioned the color name. I couldn't remember, but I actually didn't have them in front of me, but now I have them in front of me, and that's the colors that I'm using. So I'm just using the packaging technique to add a little bit of color. This page is, in fact, a companion piece to the day 1 of 30 days of sketches on September 1st. So if you missed that, you can go back and check it out. And in fact, there's a whole list of people playing along every day, and the links are down below in my description box. So you should definitely go and check them out. Christy over at Christy's Beautiful Life, who started 30 Days of Sketches, and then the Scrappy Sisters and Laura Alberts, they are all playing along every day. The Scrappy Sisters started Scraptember, I believe, and so we are just having a great time since it's all combined this time around. So I have this cut file. It is from SVG Kitty Osborne, I believe is the name of it. And while I like the dangly pieces, I actually like the cut file better without the dangly pieces. So I just cut those off, and I am going to bring those black stars back in later. And I'm going to apologize in advance that I did lose a bunch of footage, but I do show you what I did. I kind of walk you through it. And so stick around for that. But in the meantime, I am going to go ahead and layer up a bunch of these papers behind my photo, since our prompt is layering. Now, I think the intent was possibly to use that sketch back there and all of those strips as layering, but I didn't use strips. I just basically layered all of this paper behind my photo. And the way that I do this is I kind of just cut pieces off and stick them behind, and whatever I add on one side, I add on the other, and it doesn't have to go completely around. And I like the way that it looks. It's kind of wonky, it's kind of fun, and a little bit different, and it's a great way to use up a lot of small scraps that are maybe in your scrap bin. And you can see that I'm kind of gutting out pieces so I can use it on one side and on the other side. And that way I have plenty for the, I don't even know how many layers are behind this, but for adding a ton of layers basically. Now, if the piece is too big, I just trim it down. You're going to see that here. I go with that kind of L look, and then I just trim off that corner that has the block sticking off of it. And sometimes when you do it this way, it does create a void behind your photo, but in that case, I just add some either cardstock that I don't really care about, or some foam tape if it's the right thickness. And also, as you saw there, the scraps do not have to be complete scraps. They can have things punched out of the center of them, and it doesn't really matter if they're cut straight or not, at least off of the end. You just kind of layer it up how you can, kind of haphazardly, and I really like the way that it looks. It brings a lot of focus to your photo. The colors of your papers don't all have to be exactly the same. You can use several different shades of red, several different shades of blue, or whatever color that you're working with. Hi there. So, okay, I lost some of the video on finishing up this layout, so I thought I would share that with you. In the sketch, it does have a strip across the top and a strip across the bottom, and I chose to use the same colors that I backed the photo with, and I just put them at wonky angles on opposing sides. So you've got the larger blues on opposing corners and the larger reds on opposing corners. And I like how that's looking. And so then I went through my embellishments that I had, most of my Chamel stuff, and I pulled out these two. These are super old, maybe from Starshine. I'm pretty sure, could be even maybe just her first Chamel one. I'm pretty sure it's from Starshine. Anyway, this is an acetate piece, and I backed it with white paper just because I didn't like it being see-through and being able to see all of the detail of the cut file. And then I pulled out this Concord and Ninth stamp set. It's called Eclectic Garden Stamp Set. And I stamped this grid, and I thought that'd be great for a journaling spot. I'm really looking forward to using that one, but I didn't use it on this layout. So I stamped that, and then I punched it with I think it's like a 3, it's either a 3 or maybe even a 3.5-inch circle. And so I brought that in here so that my daughter can do some journaling there. And then I brought the excess piece that was tucked under here. I cut that off and used it again up here just to bring in that same, it's almost like a texture, even though it's flat. It looks like a texture, but I'm bringing in that same element into both areas. And then I pulled out this super cool sunglasses and this viewfinder. I believe that's from Field Trip. I do not remember what that one's from. And then 2 phrase stickers that say "Let's do this" and "Today." And that's pretty much it. I also revisited the stars that were on this circular file, all of the ones that were dangling off that I cut off. I brought them back up into this corner, and then down in here, just to continue with that same black star look. I believe this one is also from one of the offcuts, and I think this one might be as well. I can't swear to that one. Yeah, I think so. But I just thought it finished it off nicely, and it was a good way to use those additional stars. And then I printed a QR code. I do have a yellow sticky note over the top of it just because the video is private. It's a compilation video of a bunch of days that we were at Little Jim, and I captured him doing different things, swinging on the bars and the rings and saying funny things and all that kind of stuff. So that's what that is. And that pretty much does it.